Today I have for you a passion project I've been working on for a long time, and I think it's about time it came to be what it was always meant to be. Alright? I hope Ben & Jerry's sees this. If you're Ben & Jerry's and you're seeing this, please hear my cries. Please.
Why Ben & Jerry's needs to make a black raspberry flavor by Nico. Black raspberry ice cream, a popular ice cream flavor in New England, ready to be a global phenomenon. What is black raspberry ice cream? Contrary to popular belief, black raspberry ice cream is not the same as blackberry ice cream. Although they are within the same plant family, their flavors still differ. Black raspberries are known for their sweet flavor, while blackberries have a more tart flavor. In addition to that, they differ in size. Black raspberries are smaller. Blackberries have been around since the 19th century, and they are much more available and popular compared to black raspberries. Black raspberries have less commercial availability and a smaller scale production. Farmers say this is due to the lack of familiarity and therefore the lack of buyers. So, now we know a little bit more about black raspberries, but where did they come from? Black raspberries are native to both the United States and Canada, but black raspberry ice cream is most popular in the New England area. This makes the ice cream somewhat of an untapped market, and thus an opportunity for Ben & Jerry's to skyrocket their business by opening America's eyes to the most delicious ice cream flavor ever made. Tied with Ben & Jerry's strawberry cheesecake ice cream. From a personal perspective, the best way for me to describe black raspberry ice cream is it tastes like strawberry ice cream if it were a deeper and richer berry flavor. It is 100 times better than strawberry ice cream. I ask myself every day why strawberry ice cream is more popular. Strawberry ice cream specifically, not strawberry cheesecake. So, why does Ben & Jerry's not already have a black raspberry flavor? To answer that question, we must delve into Ben & Jerry's history. Ben & Jerry's came about on May 5th, 1978. Their first parlor was opened in Burlington, Vermont. Yes, you heard me right, Vermont. Ben & Jerry's were founded in New England. Where are black raspberries most popular? New England. Weird, right? What could their reasoning possibly be? Why don't they already have a black raspberry flavor? The flavor graveyard. On Ben & Jerry's website, you are able to find the names of the discontinued flavors. It's also a physical graveyard you can visit. I found this as I was trying to find out a crucial piece of information. Has Ben & Jerry's made a black raspberry flavor in the past? What I found was shocking. Magic brownies. This was a limited edition flavor that only existed for a short period of time. It consisted of black raspberry ice cream swirled with sweet cream and fudge brownies. This is a very unfortunate flavor. It could have been something great if it didn't have chocolate in it. Purple passion fruit. A discontinued flavor that mixed together raspberry, blackberry, and passion fruit. The unresolved mystery. I'm more than certain there are many out there like me, people who long for there to be a black raspberry flavor. Why must they withhold the simple pleasures of a New Englander? Ben & Jerry's seems to focus a lot on unique and inventive flavor ideas. As we continue to analyze their flavor graveyard, we see a lot of ice cream similar to black raspberry. Why have they not created black raspberry ice cream, the ice cream most popular in Vermont, where Ben & Jerry's was founded? Is that not crazy? They clearly don't want to do things like every other ice cream brand, hence the creation of a concoction of fruits that is the purple passion fruit flavor, instead of ever once attempting an authentic black raspberry flavor. That's my jam. This flavor was just plain old raspberry ice cream. Tell me, Ben & Jerry's, why? Why did you make raspberry ice cream but not black raspberry? Please give a jam again. Please make it a black raspberry jam. Okay, so as I was editing this, I realized something. Basically, when I did the voiceover, it kind of mismatched, so I had to add that screen that you just saw there before the next page of the slide, and I was looking at it. Like, I was just about to be done with it, and then I was looking at it, and I was like, wait a second.
That's not just raspberry ice cream. That doesn't even look like just raspberry ice cream. It's not even close to it. So I don't know what gave me the idea that it was just raspberry. I must have seen it somewhere. I was looking at some website to look at all the discontinued flavors, and whoever wrote that website said that it was just raspberry, but it's not. So it's not just plain old. What does it say? It says chocolate and raspberry ice cream with fudge chips and a raspberry core. Sounds disgusting.
Why the existence of the That's My Jam flavor is a disservice to all Ben & Jerry's fans who love black raspberry ice cream. Raspberry, yet no black raspberry? How many flavors are you going to include raspberry in but not black raspberry? As we move forward to the next flavor, I'll explain why using raspberry ice cream is a foolish decision. Raspberry cheesecake ice cream. Raspberry and cheesecake chunks swirled into an ice cream. What I must say is very similar to their strawberry cheesecake flavor. Why focus your time on an already perfected flavor? Strawberry cheesecake had it more than covered. If you're gonna use raspberry in an ice cream, it should be a black raspberry flavor. Trying the raspberry cheesecake flavor. As a longtime Ben & Jerry's fan, I must admit I've only ever tried strawberry cheesecake. I'm a very picky eater and rarely try new things, but I decided in order to give the most accurate review, I must face my fears of trying a new food. Usually, when I go and try new food, I've already decided it was bad in my mind. So when I inevitably dislike the new food, which happens 99.9% of the time, I sometimes wonder if it's because I already thought I wouldn't like it in the first place before even trying it. However, I had a feeling I would really enjoy this flavor. I was even excited to try it. Okay, it tasted bad, and I really did try to give it a fair chance. I really did, because I thought I would like it. It's raspberry. I like black raspberry. I like the raspberry sauce that's in the black raspberry ice cream, although actually I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Spoiler alert. But I like raspberry flavor. So I must like this ice cream, it seems perfect. But it was just, I didn't like the texture. I didn't like the topped part. And then I had my sister eat the top part. I was like, maybe I'll like the underneath, but I didn't like the underneath either. It was way too sweet. And I think that's the problem, is that raspberry sauce is good in ice cream, but in order to level it out, that's what the black raspberry does. And that's the key. Why have none of the raspberry flavors stuck around? The truth of the matter is that they haven't truly delved into the possibilities that come with a black raspberry flavor. From what I've seen, they've mostly attempted raspberry flavors, but black raspberry is much different. If you're looking for the key to success with a raspberry flavor, this is your answer. I must also add that I predict the raspberry cheesecake flavor won't last long. In comparison to the strawberry cheesecake flavor, this new ice cream is a laughable attempt at incorporating raspberry into a flavor. Again, try black raspberry instead. It makes all the difference. What not to do. Black raspberry ice cream mixed with chocolate chips is not the combo you may think it is. Not every flavor needs a variation with chocolate chips in it. The chocolate takes away from the addicting black raspberry flavor. The best black raspberry flavor. This is what I was referring to before, but anyways. In my many years of being a black raspberry ice cream enjoyer, I've found that most brands have plain old black raspberry, which is still delicious, mind you. Hood brand black raspberry ice cream stands out because of its raspberry sauce swirled throughout the ice cream. My only complaint is that there should be more raspberry sauce. The beauty in simplicity. One theory as to why they haven't even attempted a black raspberry flavor is because it's a basic flavor. Ben & Jerry's likes to create unique flavor palettes with their ice creams, and black raspberry is just one tried and true flavor. However, the simplicity is where black raspberry shines. More so, it would be closed-minded to say black raspberry has been done before, and there's no benefit in making a flavor every other brand has done. I know it's a basic flavor, but sometimes the most simple flavors are where the most unique ideas stem from. Imagine a black raspberry ice cream
with raspberry and black raspberry swirl. Now that's something I've never seen before. The possibilities of black raspberry flavor are limitless, except for adding chocolate. Don't do that.
So, why is it so important for Ben & Jerry's to make a black raspberry flavor?
Because I want them to, and I'm positive that I'm not the only one who feels this way. The ice cream that could change the world. Change the world, guys. Ben & Jerry's created the most delicious ice cream in existence. Black raspberry had been my favorite ice cream flavor up until a few years ago when I first tasted Ben & Jerry's strawberry cheesecake ice cream. My life has never been the same since then. I know that no other company but Ben & Jerry's could truly portray the black raspberry flavor in all of its glory. I am confident their adaptation would blow every other out of the water, even the Hood brand. The key is the raspberry sauce, really. I just know in my heart Ben & Jerry's would give the black raspberry flavor the justice it deserves. Side note, has anyone ever tried making a flavor with black raspberry and strawberry? Maybe Ben & Jerry's can be the first. I know the flavors go well together because I used to get them as a kid, but taste buds do change. When I was little, at Friendly's, you could get 2 different scoops, and I would get 1 strawberry and I would get 1 black raspberry, and it tasted good. So I really think that would be a really good flavor too. If anyone can make those flavors work, it's Ben & Jerry's. Like, imagine strawberry, black raspberry with the raspberry swirl all in one. I feel like it could taste really good. But black raspberry is the priority. Let's not get things twisted. But you could do both. Just saying. In conclusion, black raspberry is the flavor all Ben & Jerry's fans have been waiting for. There's no better time than now to release the newest hit flavor. I'll be waiting. Hi, future Nico here to close it out. I also realized I never said that they don't have Hood brand black raspberry ice cream where I moved to. It's where I'm from, where I had it, but I can't have it here. I'm only going to be able to have it when I visit home, and you know what would really fix that problem? If Ben & Jerry's made it. If Ben & Jerry's made it, because Ben & Jerry's is worldwide. Ben & Jerry's is worldwide. Please. 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 If not for me, then for him. Make it for him. Isn't he adorable? He wants black raspberry.